Okay, this game will be a 2v2, 2 people against 2, a team game. My ally is Endo from the clan Hell. He becomes quite an active player, though obviously I wouldn't know it at the time. This is about 16 days from when I first started. So, let's see, it looks like I've learnt to take ups. I'm guessing these would be attack upgrades, because that kind of suits my style. And I guess that's a general unit because he has 6 ups as opposed to everybody else who has 3. I'm guessing my thinking at the time was urban cohorts, they throw pillar, therefore I shall give them an attack. And since that attack, because it's the same as everything else, upgrades both attack of the throwing pillar and the attack of the melee attack. So I thought it was quite a good deal. But for some reason for the cavalry I've given them quite an assortment of upgrades. Some of them seem to have 6 upgrades and this one seems to have 3. Let's check out what Endo has. He has a proper army, not a noob army like mine, it seems. 6 archers, there's probably CWB rules, and 6 silver shield legionaries, which are quite competent legionaries. Not the best, not as good as Urbans, but good enough. And Endo just mocked up his deployment just now. He put them all in lines and he must select them all and try to place them closer to line. Oh, there it goes. Much better. And rather fast the way he just did that. Okay, and he's got Califacts, which are basically the best cavalry in the game. But they do very badly against carrots, they still die to pikes. Not all the time. They do better against pikes and other cavalry, but it's still a weakness. And they got an awesome anti-armor out attack with the mace. So he's also got 2 Skived carrots, which are good. So overall he's got a very balanced army. Personally I would take pikemen, but I suppose everybody has different preferences. And the enemy still hasn't deployed yet, or I haven't. So there it goes. Let's see what it has. Some other hell guy called Onstar, and somebody called Mercurius. Mercurius is a familiar name, maybe he remained clanless or maybe he joined the clan, I do not remember. And let's see what it has. 6 archers, 6 overcoats. That's quite a lot. I wonder how much money these guys are playing under. Must be something like, I'm guessing it would be 20k, 20,000 denarii, because this is in no way 15,000, and I'm bringing the new with only 2 bunches of Arch Auxilia, which by the way, Arch Auxilia, they're not very cost efficient against normal archers. So actually I would say that Endo has the best army here. Let's check out what the other Roman has, this Onstar. So he's got 4 Arch Auxilia. Personally I'll go for normal archers because they're rather cost efficient. I suppose he ran out of slots, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he ran out of slots, so he couldn't afford to have 6 of them, so he decided to go for the more expensive Arch Auxilia. Personally I preferred upgraded normal archers like these guys, like what Endo has. I think they're far more effective, far more points efficient as well. So right now, this is the Archer War. Oh look, I do have 4 Arch Auxilia. Is that 4 or 3? No, it's just 2, I just moved them back. I have these guys out. Another bunch of Urbans out here. They are providing cover against any possible pillar when I move the army as a whole. If you're wondering why I'm saying pillar and you don't know what pillar is, well, those are what the javelins that the urban cohorts have. What the legionaries use, they're called pillar. In case you didn't know, I'm doing a bit of a cavalry skirmishing. It is not a good idea to get too close because of javelins, and they all rout because they're too close to the enemy and all alone, and they suffered a lot of attacks all at once. So Endo's going off. He's just moving his units, it seems. Probably thought, who's this idiot? He hasn't taken enough archers. But we see how the game goes anyway. So as long as you get a bit of an archer face war where the archers are both shooting each other, then you see who will win out. But sometimes, if one side thinks they're going to lose that war, lose the maneuverability gains that the archers would give you, they'll just go straight into the fight. So I think that I've noticed that my ally is actually doing something now. He's moving around, so I must respond in kind. So I think my aim here was to try to double team up against these Mercurius, 2 against 1, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Very, very appallingly bad control. They just charge straight into it. They caused no casualties whatsoever, I believe. So you don't really know who's going to win at this point, but I would say that my side has an advantage because they have Seleucids. They have a faction which does pretty good against Rome. Okay. And it looks like they're responding quite slowly. This maybe it's distracted this own star. I don't see what it's got to be distracted against. It's very obvious that I've placed all my cavalry on this side, and he's not even protecting his archers properly. So we basically got 2 pairs, 2 of our own heavy cavalry on one side and all the infantry on the other. He should really, there it goes, move his cavalry over to this side. So there's the charge. I'll zoom in because we'll see like zooming in for some weird reason. There's a Troy. I generally don't take Troy because I don't think they're used for as open cohorts in most situations, only against cavalry. So looks like we did quite a lot of damage there, but it looks like in return my own cavalry is getting attacked by 2 bunches of cavalry, and if his part is trying to retreat but he gets caught, he should charge. And honestly, his Silver Shield Legionary should come into the fray. They should fight as well. I'm not doing a lot with my own, so I really can't say anything, I would guess at this point. So lots of fighting. Yes, very exciting. I'm sure some viewers would appreciate bunches of guys attacking each other. Even though they don't really have any tactical overlay, they have no idea what's happening tactically. So it looks like to me that his Endo's going to have his troops routing, but they're actually winning. So they seem to be staying still. In fact, his cavalry is running away. Anyway, battle has been joined between the 2 legionaries. The Seleucids should lose out eventually in terms of combat. If it was for the fact that he only sent a few overcuts. They're actually saying victory is almost a certainty, but I'm sure that wouldn't be the case as soon as these cataphracts charge into their rear. Looks like battle's been engaged. My infantry against 2, but Onstar isn't actually using his cavalry infantry effectively. In fact, he wastes a lot of pillar against 1 unit. You never want to do that. You want to spread out your throwing, your archery, any ranged attack. You want to spread them out as evenly as possible. This way you do the most damage, because as 1 unit takes hits, ranged hits, the unit will get smaller, and so the next hit will do not proportionate damage, but will do overall less number of damage. His carrots are charging to the rear. They're luckily running around the side, so it's killing quite a lot actually. So now it seems like it's basically a 2 against 1 really. This poor Mercurius, the SQPR Roman, essentially he got attacked by 2 infantry of 2 by the infantries of 2 army and a cavalry of 2 armies. In return, our 2 cavalry killed quite a lot of his own units, and their side of their cavalry arrived too late, so they weren't able to do as much damage. So in effect we were able to place more force upon their overall armies than they placed upon ours. I suppose you can call it concentration of force, or some dumbass concept that if you really want to roleplay instead of pretending you're playing a game. So my cavalry skirts around the edges. Our archers are shooting to their archers. My cavalry doesn't seem to be very effective. He really shouldn't put his Silver Shield Legionary, he's my ally, round the back. He should try to wrap it around. But it seems okay since these guys run away. I should be able to wrap around them just fine with this unit of cavalry. I mean this unit of infantry. And he uses his Wow, this is amazing. I can't believe these carrots haven't run amok yet. I think this carrot has been around combat within, I don't know, 10 meters of combat for about 2 minutes now and hasn't routed yet. That is absolutely amazing. How has that carrot not died yet? It's just plowing through infantry and it hasn't died. That's amazing. It hasn't died yet. It hasn't run amok. I really honestly don't understand why it's not running amok. It's certainly knocking over a lot of my own infantry. So this battle is pretty much all but over, even if it doesn't look like it. Because the numbers are on my side. I'm basically wrapping around. I'm basically surrounding and enveloping all of the opponent's units. He might have a full cavalry lying around, but they won't do too much. So that's it really. There really isn't very much left to say. Just that it's just a 2v2 where one side did not properly react properly in time, did not coordinate. Maybe Ohmstar was distracted at the time, and that is some lucky carrots. And there goes most of his units, they're all routing now. I really like his general unit, see if I can find the general. Spot the general high, it's a bit like Where's Wally I guess. So that's turn. That's strange, I cannot see the general. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe that isn't his general unit. And that is it. The end of the game. I think I shall speed it up, there's nothing to see here.
The gods be praised! The enemy army is in flight! Pursue them and drive them
And
from the
really they should
battlefield.
press the button which says admit defeat at this point, because they have no chance for victory. Oh, Ohmstar. I'm guessing Endo, your superior will be turning you off after this for not giving up in time.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!